Jake the Snake tipped me $1 and now says, man, when you lie all the time to protect your family, like when you lied about being married to Cat, or you lied about having a cat with Jasper, how can we believe you when we say that you're overdrafted? And how do we know anything you say is true? Or should we just take what you say for granted and take your word for it, man? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I have something I need to tell you. This is very important. Okay, this is very important, so I want you all to listen up. There's no way you could verify anything that anyone tells you over the internet. Alright? Any content creator on Earth can say anything on a stream and be full of shit. Or they could be truthful. And guess what? There's no way for you to ever verify that. They could be talking shit the entire fucking time. There's no way you would ever know. Alright? How would you prove anything, right?
Chopping it with Mittens, joking about his name is so fly. Mittens, cause he whipping, don't you get it, but that stove's hot, hot. Now let this be a lesson, professing. He handling and hitting his possession. Ooh, what you cooking, Scalding hot beats, but blow up before it's cooking. Ooh, I know you're looking true. I'm out taking with this beat, I'm a lady man. I'm really trying to date it out. What's the number trying to call out? What about my team? Wood, shout it, don't get logged out. Made by Bethesda, the only way we fall out. Morocco, you a mole, find another hole to crawl out. Hey, I'm sticking squirrel with the biggest girls. Laces the case, get up, I think you're stripping, girl. Damn, how sound that cliche, right? Well, I flame out brain, I'm the PK tight. Come and rest in my nest, I'm a bed that night.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Dspnews, the unreliable ones, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the newsroom and welcome to the Goutopia News Network, your unreliable source for DSP News. This is the Snort Report. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are well today. Hope your morning's starting off well, or your afternoon, or your evening, whichever it may be. Hopefully, you have a piping hot, or even an iced down cup of SnortBucks coffee. SnortBucks coffee, the best. A salty yet sweet taste, a alluring aroma, and a satisfaction, and a very filling and robust taste that can help anybody get through their day. SnortBucks coffee. It's my coffee, and I hope it's yours too. Unofficial coffee brand, unofficial/official coffee brand of the Detractor community. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm still working on that. Oh boy. But hope you guys are doing well. And I have 3 videos actually. Here, let me turn this down just a little bit more just because it's kind of drowning me out and whatnot. Just because you guys do, I'll make sure I'll link that song in the description. It's by D Real and whatnot. I think the background's dope. It's called Nerds Won't Stop. It's awesome. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with 3 videos that's going to make up our broadcast. So yes, all brought to us by Snort Burnell, one of our favorites. First video. Oh, speaking of which, Fox Hunt. I saw your. I did see your post, man. I did see your post, and yeah, I will definitely start doing that when we roll out the new Snort report. I will definitely do that. I really appreciate that recommendation. That was a real good look, actually. Because I've had Snort Burnell on here, obviously Mighty D. I'm close to them. Mrhuth Stuff. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Mrhuth Stuff. David Davison, another person I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And you're right. Maybe I should branch out a little bit more. As it pertains to the Snort report. Almighty Tevin's been on here, as you know. You're right. Maybe I should branch out a little bit and try to diversify the Snort report a little bit by, comboing a couple of different videos together and so on and so forth. So we'll do that. So, like I say, good luck on that, Fox Hunt. I very much appreciate it. But yeah, I'll definitely take that in. So I had already ran it by a couple of the people here, and they really liked it. So good call on that. I appreciate that, Fox Hunt. All right, my bad. So back to it. All right, so 3 videos that makes up our broadcast. All 3 of them brought to us by one of our favorites, Snort Burnell. DSP. First video. Monthly goal achieved. Buggy schedule mechanics. No more reviews. I'm a streamer. Okay, sure. Second video. No taxes. Snort and no taxes, no Snort and Gout emotes, debunking hand-holding through games. That should be good. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2019 is the year of debunking, right? And for the last video of our broadcast, hardcore begging season in full force, Penne points, and people are gonna have what? People are gonna have to give me games. Well, that's nothing new. He's always said that people need to support him and give him games or game codes or so on and so forth. The hardcore begging season in full swing, no big deal. Penne points, I did a broadcast already going over the new point system on Twitch. I will try to put it at the beginning of this video or at the end of the video if you guys really want to hear it any further, but that system's kind of already been rolled out. I talked about that, like, I think as soon as I heard about it. So, or at least I heard about it in great detail. But, so that's kind of what that situation is with the Penne points. No tax emotes, no Snort or Gout emotes. He's an idiot. Take advantage of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Help my taxes. He should put that shit on a shirt if anybody's dumb enough to wear it. You can buy one and just keep it in the house, but you don't have to wear it. He should be trying to exploit all that for what it's worth, but no, but in the Snort, he does it anyway. Go ahead and monetize that bitch. You want to monetize Detractor memes, but you won't monetize your tax and your Snort and your Gout emotes? You're an idiot. So that's what that is. And that debunking hand-holding, we all know that he's being handheld. No one can lie. You know, no one's lying about that. Look at him in Minecraft. Can't think of who the guy's name is at the moment who helps him with all that. I apologize, but he helps, like, literally almost everything Phil has ever built was because of this individual. He laid it all out for him. So there you go. Monthly goal being achieved. It's been a while since he hasn't achieved one, so no big deal on that. Buggy schedule mechanics. He's bad at planning. And no more reviews. I'm a streamer. He should, and I've said this since he stopped doing reviews, he should still do the review on stream, cut that segment and put it on YouTube as a separate video, because people still want to see him do reviews. He's just too goddamn lazy and he's stupid, and he doesn't think there's any money in it. But either which way, eventually he's going to go back to it. I guarantee you. Well, I can't guarantee it, but I would guess he's eventually going to go back to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going to make up our broadcast. Hope you guys are doing very well and whatnot. And let's go ahead and get into the broadcast at hand, because that's what you guys are here for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snort Report, and this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking. Unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Networking Productions. You guys all know the slogan. I don't smell no bacon cooking yet. Which means it's time for me to go ahead and get into that situation. But before we do that, SnortBucks coffee. The best coffee. My type of coffee. When I have to embrace the salt and the failure, which is DSP, SnortBucks coffee is always there. It's there to lead me through the valley of gout and to hopefully come up clean. Hopefully it helps you guys too. SnortBucks coffee, the best coffee. Thank you yet again, the Chio. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the broadcast at hand. You guys know what the slogan is. Time to watch me work. Oh boy, the valley of gout. That's so good.
I think you're stripping, girl. Damn, how sound that cliche, right? Well, I flame out brain. I'm the PK type. Come and rest in my nest. I'm a bed that night. Metaphor, girl. We gon' get that pipe. Whoa, wrong song. I'm thinking about bum bum. Chicka, wow, wow. The color of my song.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And the
One can only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the first video, which will make up our broadcast. Brought to us by Snort Burnell. DSP. Monthly goal achieved. Buggy schedule mechanics. And no more reviews. I am a streamer. Defiant Sniff. Here we go.
beginning of the hardcore gaming season. That is right, guys.
As you guys can see at the top of your screens, we're running a sub goal for this month. The subscriber goal on my channel here for the month of September is 575 subscribers. As you can see, we're down to around 530 or so. And that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what I expected would happen. As I told you guys, there were a lot of gifted subs over the last month, and they finally all expired. So, hey, ample opportunity here, guys. Ample opportunity. If you had a gifted sub, it expired, and you want to resub to get those benefits back, it's only half price. It's a no-brainer to do so, right? Excuse me. So, please consider subscribing to the channel. If we hit 575 subs, what are we doing? Well, the celebratory goal event is the Halloween Horror Marathon event. And if we hit the goal, there's going to be several levels of rewards. Alright? The first reward... excuse me, man.
Oh!
Now, I want to address that retardation for just a second. He's doing this to discourage, right? To discourage people from restreaming him or from making content on him by doing shit like this, thinking that that would just, it'd be a deterrent. It's not a barrier, it's a deterrent. First things first. One, it just kind of just shows that Phil Burnell, DSP Darkside Phil, is the disgusting pig that everybody said he is. It also shows that he has no disregard for the fan base. Reason why I say that is because he is more concerned about the people who are going to restream him or make content on him than the people who are actually there. When let's put it to you this way, for example. So let's say I was inviting you into my home. I want you to be comfortable. I want to make sure that you guys have everything that you can want, or everything that you want within my means of providing, I should say. That you're comfortable, that you feel safe, and that hopefully I can entertain you or keep you entertained rather well, right? That's what I want. That's what anybody would want. For Phil doesn't want that. Phil wants you to come in, take a seat, and deal with what he has. There's not going to be any snacks provided. There's not going to be any drinks. He's not entertaining at all. If anything, all he's going to do is basically give you some weak marketing pitch, like he's trying to sell you a timeshare or something. Hey, give me money, because if not, I'm not going to be here anymore. And then sits down in his love seat and looks at you guys and be like, okay, guys, now entertain me for the next 6 hours. That's basically what he does. That's the ebb and flow. That's the situation. He cares not for those people. He's more concerned about what the detractors are going to make out of this and the critics and so on and so forth than the very people who are there supporting him. But then he tells then he tells his own fan base that the detractors are brain dead idiots and he doesn't care about them, so on and so forth. Then why are you going out of your way to do this dumb shit? So it's almost like you're punishing them and thinking by punishing his own fan base that's going to affect us. And it don't. If nothing else, it just gives me more reason to shit on the fan base, being like, why would you guys put up with this? Why do you guys think so little of yourselves that you would allow yourself to sustain this? Why would you allow yourselves to be abused by these tactics? Because he's too stupid and he can't mute his own mic. And especially since he leans into the microphone when he does all that. Which is what people were saying about him doing all that snorting years before. He used to be right in front of the mic when he used to do all that snorting. He did it on purpose. And as long as people kept dealing with it, he kept doing it.
Oh, that was delicious. Oh, that was so good, man.
Excuse me. The first reward is that we're going to be doing not only the Halloween Horror Marathon event on Halloween, where I'll be playing a series of horror-themed video games, as I usually do on Halloween. That's number one. But number two, you're going to be able to nominate and vote on the games that I'll be playing during said marathon, okay? That's pretty cool. To be able to control a marathon event that I'm going to be doing. And it'll be all horror-themed games. So, please consider subscribing this month just on that basis alone, okay? That's a pretty cool thing. However, there's even more than that going on. Alright, you might be saying, well, what else is going on? Well, if we hit the sub goal for this month, in addition to you just nominating and voting for the horror-themed games that are going to happen, you're also going to be able to vote on the category of costume. Excuse me. We'll be able to vote on the category of costume that I'll be wearing.
That proves that he does it on purpose. He's purposely going out of his way doing that. And he's trying to play it off as a joke in the end, but in actuality, like, he's purposely doing it. And these people are going to allow him to do it. Wow.
This Halloween horror marathon. So, categories will include things such as pop culture, comic book character, video game character, classic, Hollywood monster. Like, you're thinking like Dracula, the Mummy, Wolf, almost said Wolfenstein, the Wolfman, etc. So, yes, you will be able to vote on the kind of costume that I'll be wearing during the marathon. Alright, last year, you guys voted for pop culture, so I ended up dressing up as Bob Ross, and you guys really liked that, okay?
Welcome, my friends, to a world of wonder and joy. Ho, 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 ho. It's the positive stream. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, let's stop that.
Wait, I don't remember them voting on him being Bob Ross. I mean, then again, that whole Halloween stream last year was a clusterfuck anyway, but I don't remember them voting for him being Bob Ross, though. They might have, but I don't remember that. And like I said, that whole event was a joke. just an absolute joke.
So, it's going to be pretty good. And I hope that you guys will subscribe to the channel if you're not. I hope you'll resubscribe if you are. I hope that we can make this sub goal happen this month. Alright, we have to hit 575 subs at any point by the end of the month to make that happen. Okay? Sound good? Dress as LTG.
And according to Snort Burnell, they already hit the goal. So that was no big deal. He's going to just buy a cheap costume. He's going to put the minimum amount of money and time into this. If anything, he'll probably just dress up as Bob Ross again. So there you go on that. But I think the real situation is that the allure of having Cat on stream is not going to be there like last year. Like last year, he was able to hit all the goals and everything because he said Cat was going to be there. Cat's not going to be there this year. At least as far as we know. Who knows how that works out. So, it is what it is. And then, yet again, he completely messed that whole situation up. If he was willing to share the responsibilities, letting her look at the comment section and reading off comments, or letting her actually play the game and not just sit there for 3+ goddamn hours, it could have been successful. But it failed because he allowed it to fail. It failed because he is a failure. Can't even monetize your own girlfriend? Sorry, it wasn't even his girlfriend. She was a fiancé at that point. So sad.
Oh boy. I don't know how I would do that. I have an update regarding this week's schedule. I wish that I had a definitive 100% update. I don't yet, which is really annoying. So allow me to explain. First of all, guys, this week is a weird week because I have Friday off from streaming. I know that's weird because normally if I take a day off, I'm not taking a day off again right away. It's out of the ordinary for sure. Okay? So the reason for that is because Friday is Kat's birthday. Kat and I are going to be celebrating her birthday together.
Tips, I needed them pretty badly. And tipping is really the best way that you can help me out right now.
And because of that, I need to have some time away for streaming for that day. So that's why, alright? So I'm going to be streaming 3 straight days, then have Friday off. And then I believe I'm going to be streaming 5 straight days. It's going to be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be my next day off after that, okay? So, that's the deal with the schedule. Now, there's also something weird going on Thursday, alright? I'd love to be here today, tomorrow, and Thursday all day long streaming. However, because of something that's going on in my condo association, basically there's stuff that's going on with maintenance, okay? And they tried to schedule to have this maintenance happen, and I scheduled, okay, let's do it a night stream. That would be fine. Just missing a night stream is not a big deal for me to be here for the maintenance. So, scheduled it for this Thursday night. Now I get notice.
Why did you want to schedule maintenance for a Thursday night? Just schedule it during the day, when they're going to be out and about anyway. What the... Just... Wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when you think of quarterly maintenance, which is basically what he's getting ready to go through, that stuff's done in the morning. Usually morning, mid-afternoon. Don't why wouldn't you have them I'd want them scheduled as early as possible. The earliest they can get in there, check everything out, make sure everything's good, the better. I don't want them showing up in the evening because that's my time. And on top of that, the last thing you really want is you don't want somebody coming in or a group of people coming in who are already dead tired because they've been doing it all day and they miss things. It's human nature. Shit happens. You know what I mean? So why put yourself in that situation? Because Phil's an idiot, you see. Just take the whole day off if you have to. But no, I want to schedule it at night. What? Oh, you want to wait till Cat's home so when you're safe? Jesus.
Oh, it might not happen. It may get rescheduled. And I'm like, well, I need to know. I need to tell my viewers what's going on with my work so I can tell them am I working or not. You know, what's going on. I wait all weekend, I get no update.
What are you talking about? Just put it on Twitter like you did for all those streams that you were supposed to show up to and you didn't because you were depressed. I'm sorry, because you were drinking.
So then I just emailed them this morning saying, it's been like, 5 days and you guys haven't updated. I need to know what's going on. Need to know if I can work or not. And they said, well, the company was off for Labor Day this weekend, so we have no idea. Like, it's 2 days away. It's kind of a big deal if I need to know if I could be here or not, if I need to work or not.
Now, I want you guys to think about this. We got a grown pig here that's talking to grown-ass adults saying, hey, I need to know when you guys are going to do this, whether I can work or not. When, in actuality, he should just take the day off. Which is, I'm sure, whoever was on the other end of that email exchange is thinking the same thing. Just take the day off, man. We don't know yet, so just take the day off. Or stream until they show up, and then just be like, hey guys, they're here, cut the stream, and then end the story. Then have something to talk about on your pre-stream the next day. He's so helpless. 37 years old, he's helpless.
I hate to say it, but if a maintenance company cannot give you a definitive answer after this much waiting, then maybe we shouldn't be using that maintenance company. I'm just saying, like, maybe we should find a better one. But it's not my choice. So anyway, I would love to say, for the next 3 days, I'm going to be here streaming full-time. I want to be here for the next 3 days streaming full-time. And I even know exactly what I would do every stream if I were here for the next 3 days. But I don't know if I'm going to be, because I don't know what's going to happen Thursday night, okay? Fly Eagles Fly resub for 30 months. And he says, you've probably been asked this a few times, but it'd be great to see you play Catherine again. I'm not playing Catherine again.
2 thumbs fucking down for me.
I've answered this about a million times. You're absolutely right, Fly Eagles Fly. I have zero interest in the game. Like, let me put it this way. When I first played Catherine years and years ago, I did not like the puzzle gameplay of it at all. I was very turned off by it. I was confused by it, running up these pyramids of blocks with sheep puzzles and shit. It was a very odd game. The core gameplay of the game wasn't very interesting to me. It was more confusing and frustrating than anything else. What interested me was the plot, because that was the very first game ever that for YouTube, when I played it, had an anime style to it. Playing that game felt like you were watching this dramatic anime, and you didn't know what was going to happen. There were demons and stuff in it, and you didn't know what was going on. It was like this.
So, give me something that's entertaining to watch, but I don't want to do any puzzles or anything that would require me to do any critical thinking. And he gets mad that people say he only wants to play brain-dead games. That's funny.
Element of mystery to it, and I really liked that about the game. I felt that it was unique and interesting because it was the first. Remember, the cutscenes look just like Persona because it's made by the same company as Persona. So that's what I really liked about the game was the plot. Okay, and that was really fun. But I don't want to go play it again. I'll be honest. Like I hate the gameplay. I know it's going to be tedious, grindy, boring, annoying to me, and I already know the plot because I already played it. So I have seeing the same plot a second time, meh. And I don't like the gameplay, I have zero desire to go back and play it. Okay?
But we'll play Dark Souls and Sonic over and over and over again. Gotcha.
So thanks for asking, you're not the first person, but no, I'm not going to be playing this Catherine remaster. For people who didn't play it originally, sure, check it out. But for me, that's a no.
I love coming to work today. When I used to play a game, man, I gotta find a way to make this boring ass fucking game entertaining, so I just gotta make stupid sexual comments the entire time I played the game. It was a chore. Now I actually get to enjoy what I do for a living. It's very different. Continuing on, Darth Tonius did 100-bit cheer. He says, real talk, Phil. Can you chill in with the lean in clear throat? It doesn't sound good. And by the way, Chad agrees with me. Lol. That's great. But No. If I need to clear my throat, I will. Especially since, as you notice, since I cleared my throat, now I can actually talk constantly and not have problems. So it made sense for me to do so. As disgusting as it sounded to you, it was a necessary evil. Alright? Sorry about that, but that's just life. So there you go. So,
Can't mute the mic though? Can't mute the mic at all. Couldn't be like, hey, excuse me for just a second, run 1 or 2 ads, go to the bathroom and get that shit squared away and then come back. Rather do it right into the mic, thinking that's for the betterment of him and everybody on stream.
disgusting individual who constantly is doing terrible things, right?
The last Rambo did 100-bit cheers, and why not do a debut stream of a video game review? That way you will get contributions and some questions after your review to discuss it. I really miss your reviews and still watch them. Because, Last Rambo,
You're like talking to a lay person. You're talking to a gamer. You're not talking to an editor. You're not talking to a PC, builder. You're not
really, because I thought you said editing is easy. It's being on stream right here doing the improv. That's hard work. I thought that's what it was. Also, I thought, you know what I'm saying? You used to build PCs. You used to have a landline in your parents' house where you used to have Unreal tournaments and whatnot. You understand how the whole culture works and how everything that goes into it. You were used to be one of us, but now you're none of those things. And that gamers are idiots and stupid and lame. Okay.
talking to a techie guy. You're talking to a guy who just wants to sit down, press record, play a game, and have fun.
as I've said many times, and I'll say it again, I had to change up my content style 2.5 years ago, and when I did, essentially, I stopped doing reviews because it doesn't match my content style. I am now a live streamer that has interactivity constantly. I am not a person creating content exclusively for YouTube. Alright?
I'm being real honest with everyone. Just making an edited YouTube video is very easy. Doing live improv reactionary commentary is tough. The hard shit is sitting here playing the raw games. That's the hard part. Streaming is way harder than just editing.
Didn't he say reactionary content though is lowbrow and it's like it's the bare minimum and it's brain dead easy and it's cheap?
Videos for YouTube. Okay, it is. Real talk.
If you're watching my live stream of a video game, when I finish a video game, alright, I actually can't kind of give a mini review of it while the credits are rolling. I'll tell you exactly how I felt about the game and give you like a summary of my thoughts. In particular tonight,
Yet again, lazy content. That's not as good as a fully fleshed out, thought out review. But he would rather pass this cheap shit on to you because, hey, as he said when he originally rolled out this practice, hey, there's no skin off his back. Well, it's going to be bacon off his back, but you know what I'm saying? No hair off of his chinny chin.
finishing Man of Medan, and I'll be doing that. Tomorrow, Blair Witch and Judgment I'll be finishing, and I'll tell you my overall thoughts in the credits. Now, do I give number scores? No, not really. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm actually happy I don't. Because when I had to do number scores back in the day, I was very pressured to give certain kinds of scores to certain kinds of games. And it's funny because at any time you could review a game and give it a number score, but then...
Why would you be pressured, Phil, if it's your opinion and you're honest and you're the real gamer and everybody else out here are just shills and doing it for a profit? It's almost as if, oh, I better give this at least a decent score so no one online attacks me for it. Or I'm not, this way I'm not falling in line with what everybody believes in the public. It's kind of like that. But didn't he say that people who do that are sheep and can't think for themselves? And their opinions shouldn't be taken seriously because they would rather go with the mob mentality instead of being free thinkers? Isn't that interesting?
Later on, you could play a game that's better, and they're like, man, maybe that game shouldn't have been scored when I scored it, right? So there's these variables. There's these variables that are involved in game reviews. And even though I agree with you that people liked my game reviews, and I agree with you that I feel that I did put out good game reviews, I think that era has passed, and the only people you can blame is YouTube.
It's not my fault. It's YouTube's fault.
I agree with you that I did good work. And I agree that you agreed that I did good work. But I'm not going to do it anymore. Oh, he's so stupid. Oh, yes, Phil. I'm sure you're gonna agree with someone who praises you. I don't think anybody has any doubt whatsoever that that's what Phil Burnell's gonna do. Yeah, because Phil has put down someone who said that he was one of the greatest people that ever lived. Sure, Phil did that. Gotcha. Amazing.
It's YouTube's fault. When I was able to put a lot of effort and time into these reviews and do them in depth, and put out a good product, and people liked it on YouTube, and it got views, and it was popular. And then YouTube decided, in all of their wisdom, they decided to demonetize videos. They decided to ruin the website by losing all the advertisements, and essentially there's no point in me doing those edited reviews anymore. Now, I could do an on-the-fly review, but I don't really have time to do it. I'm always trying to put out an entertaining gameplay stream. We're going to take an hour off of a stream now to do a review of a game I beat the day before. You see, it doesn't make sense.
I'm very sedentary in my lifestyle. I don't move a lot, being honest. I sit here on the couch streaming all day long most days.
And that's what makes him just a lazy piece of shit. But he keeps fighting that and saying, oh, I'm not lazy, I do a lot of work, this, that, and the third. But yet he can't even give them a 15 or 20-minute review after the game as a separate video. He's talking about, oh, I don't have time for an edited review. No one asked you for that. Well, I'm sure people did ask you, but no one really wants to see that shit. Excuse me. So just give a 20-minute, like, sit-down review in front of your camera, just giving your ideas of the game. Oh, he don't want to do that either. Oh, he doesn't have time for that. But yet he has time for, as the credits are rolling, which is part of the YouTube video, obviously, to go ahead and give you his opinions. But yet again, he's not lazy, though.
So, I hear ya, Last Rambo. I understand a lot of people miss the old-style reviews I used to do, but those days are gone, alright? Also, here's a little added bonus of me not doing the reviews anymore. At the end of the year, as you guys know, I do my Game of the Year award countdown, where I do the worst and best games of the year. And because I'm not reviewing games all year long, you guys have no idea what order of games I'm going to give for my Game of the Year awards. It always used to be, well, I like Phil's Game of the Year awards, but essentially we always know what it's going to be, right? Because he's already reviewed these games, we know the scores. And because we know the scores he gave them, we know what the Game of the Year is before we even hit the Game of the Year awards. Now, because I'm not doing that, you have no idea at the end of the year what's going to be in my top 10 games of the year at all. Right now, I wonder if you guys would even know what would be in my top 10. Or do you guys know what would be in my most disappointing games of the year countdown, right? If you watch...
Well, who cares? Neither one of those series are anything special anyway. Maybe, and if nothing else, the most disappointing games of the year will get more views than the other one, because it's Phil being a negative piece of shit and ranting. So that would be the only kind of say-so on that. But even then, it's not even put together well, compared to, like, the older ones he used to do. Because he used to have gameplay in the background and actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a little bit more flushed out what he was saying. It was all garbage either which way, but at least he put some effort into it. And now he's saying, oh, no one wants to see that because no one wants me to do the reviews because the top 10 at the end of the year. Like, anybody gives a shit about that. And is he not going to make just excuses on why he can't do it anyway, or why it's rushed? You're not doing anybody any favors, so stop throwing people under the bus, making it sound like you're helping them and you're not.
Every single live stream you probably do, but you see, like, it's more exciting this way, I think. So
that doesn't make any sense either which way, because you just said that YouTube doesn't compensate you. So there's no point in you making a review for a YouTube video when you're not going to be compensated. You know, just basically what you said. But now you're saying that, oh, you guys aren't going to know what my views are of games, better or worse, unless you watch me on stream. So that means you're doing it for the YouTube crowd. But that doesn't make any sense because, like you said, you're not making enough money off YouTube. All right.
I guess that's the truth of the matter. All right, let's continue on.
We had no tips so far today. And like I said, today, guys, the best way to be supportive is by tipping me. I do need the tip support right now because I need help with bills and everything for the next couple of weeks. So please consider tipping me if at all you can. It's the way it's going to help me the most.
Thank you, Rob, for the $5 tip.
And I'm $5 richer, so thanks, moron.
And he says, just wanted to let you know that UK boxing promoter Eddie Hearn has officially signed KSI and Logan Paul to his American promotional arm. Ridiculous. Well, I don't know anything about that at all.
It's not ridiculous. First things first. I think eventually we'll find out how Cat's birthday went. That shit was It was sad, ladies and gentlemen. It was sad. It was pretty sad how that worked out. Like, he didn't cook her anything. He didn't do anything for that woman. That's a shame. That's really, really bad. But we'll get into that as we cross that bridge. But that's hurtful. That's very, very hurtful. All right, so first things first. One, you could have, when it comes to the Logan Paul, actually, the Logan Paul KSI fight, it makes sense. Because, one, the second fight, because it's going to go 3 fights, by the way. If the way I see it is going to end up playing out, it's going to go 3 fights. Logan Paul, there was a tie the first time. Now they have the American side of it. More than likely, it's not going to be a tie again. I would assume that Logan Paul will win, or either Logan Paul will win or KSI will win, literally by majority decision or something like that. More than likely, it'll be majority decision. It'll be close. It'll be kind of close. No, it'll be by split decision. Sorry, it'll more likely be by like a split decision. On who wins the second fight, and then they'll have a third fight where they'll come to another conclusion. They're not going to try to pull, 2 back-to-back ties, and then they have a definitive winner the third time. I don't think they're going to pull that. Someone's got to lose this time around. Someone's got to lose this time around. And to be honest with you, most people would assume it'll be KSI because, he's not American, so he'll lose here, and then they'll have one more fight either somewhere neutral, right? Because they already had one in Europe. They have one here, so I don't know. They'll have another fight somewhere, right? That's a little bit more neutral and shit, and then you have a clear winner. We'll have to wait and see. But there's going to be money to be made. There was more money generated from that KSI fight than people thought. For the people that were on Twitch who were restreaming it, they made cash. They made bread off that. So there's certainly money behind it, especially if you have big names that can bring in the draw. You know what I mean? So there's nothing really stupid or silly about it. There's money. As long as it can generate money, someone's going to want to get their hands into it. And if you get a big promoter behind it, you can better stretch out the event. The cards will be a little bit better. They'll be a little bit more organized. There'll be way more publicity. There's just going to be a lot of money for everybody all around doing it that way. But that's just my own opinion, of course.
At all. So, oh man, that was a good stretch. Anyway, I don't really care. I don't know anything about it, and I don't care. I don't care about KSI. I don't care about Logan Paul. I don't care about these two idiots boxing the shit out of each other for internet attention, since you do stupid shit like that when you're dying for attention. You can't get it through valid means. Good on them, I guess. Who gives a fuck? Not me. So, there you go.
Putting that out on Twitter is going to cause trouble. I know that logically in this head. I know. That's stupid. But I did it anyway. And it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake that I put that on fucking Twitter. No, sir, it wasn't. That was my depression. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit.
I still think that was one of the worst. That had to be one of his lowest points. That was this year, wasn't it? When he pulled that shit during the Better Health situation, I think. I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it was this year though. That was definitely a fucking low point though for him. That was disgusting that he went that route. But what are you gonna do, right? A scumbag is gonna be a scumbag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go into the next video of our broadcast. I will see you guys literally in just a second.
Gone. Just gone.
This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
a few.
One can only hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here for the second video of our broadcast. Snort Burnell, DSP. No taxes, snort, snort, or gout emotes. Debunking the hand-holding through games. Here we go.
Updates, very positive updates for all of you guys. First of all, yesterday we hit the subscriber goal for September already. Yeah, we were down to like, I think it was like 540 subs. And I said if we hit 575 subs, we're going to do the Halloween horror event where people will be nominating and voting on horror games and then voting on my costume that I'll be wearing. And we did it. We hit it. I was like, holy crap, like, boy, it was that fast. That was one of the fastest I think we've ever hit a monthly sub goal. Pretty insane. So then I said, okay, we're going to do a tier 2 sub goal. And we hit the tier 2 sub goal. What I'll do is I'll commit to going out.
Wait a second, the fastest? What about the times when with Mrhuth 7 as well as King Tut? Well, whatever. I guess both of those guys are old news.
Buying some more new decorations for the office for the month of October. So for the month of October, I'll have the whole office decorated Halloween-like. I'm looking at maybe some.
Matter of fact, now I think about it, with the Mrhuth 7 situation, I think that was the first and only time that he ever had subs in the thousands. It was like 1,100 subs or something like that. It was some crazy number. And people were asking him, would he do additional sub goals because they had so many subs? And he said no. So, yet again, just showing how stupid and how greedy he is. Mainly greedy.
Banners or streamers and stuff I can hang behind me and maybe have some more decorations nearby for that month. Okay? Well, I said, well, we'll do that if we hit 600 subs. Well, guess what? I believe we're either right next to or we've already hit 600 subs. I haven't checked yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check at the end of the pre-stream just to see. But
so you're going to hang up some more stupid lights, more than likely the lights you use, not stupid, but he's going to hang up lights that he hung up last year, and what? Potion comes back? Maybe? Unless Jasper's humping that behind the couch. I mean, what? He increased the sub goal just so he could have a couple of decorations. I thought he's not a children's entertainer. Oh boy.
It's pretty crazy that we keep hitting the sub goals, right? So now if we hit 600 subs, I should probably do a stretch goal of 625, but damned if I know what the hell I should do for that goal. You know, I have no idea. So I guess we're going to see. Let's see how today goes. I don't know. I don't know what to do. If people keep hitting the sub goals, I mean, and by the way, I'm very happy about this, so thank you.
That's awesome stuff. I can't wait. I'm having so much fun now, really seriously, and I cannot wait for more. This is cool because I'm getting that positive vibe that I had for most of 2017. I'm getting it back now. But now I'm getting that groove back, getting that vibe back. I'm ready for fun stuff. I hope you guys are ready too.
And FYI,
and no one can ever say that he doesn't just do this for money. It's not about the love of video games. It's not about any of those things. If anything else, he's tired of games. He's tired of actually, let me reword that. He's tired of being obligated to play games for a profit. He wants the money, right? He wants the money, but he's tired of having to play games at other people's whims, even if it's games that they don't want. Even if it's a game that he does like to play, like Stranger Things 3, he couldn't get no support behind it at all, and it was pissing him off that it was a game that he likes, and he seemed to legitimately like that game, and he enjoys playing. But there's not enough money behind it. And there wasn't enough emotional support behind it either. There are people like, why are you playing this? This game is kind of boring. It looks kind of old. Which is funny because he's the king of retro. So his fan base should already know that. But they clearly didn't like the game. Go figure.
I feel like I should say, FYI, so you guys know, recently, once again, some asshole tried to charge back a bunch of contributions that they had given over the past 3 months. And it didn't work. They miserably failed, and PayPal, ruled in my favor and closed all the cases. So, lest anyone think that they could come in here and try to be an asshole and try to contribute.
That's a lie. Couple reasons. One, if that was the case, if that was true, he wouldn't have brought that up. Two, he's doing it on purpose as a deterrent. He's saying that he won, right? Because he doesn't want anybody else to come around and do it. If it is a troll or a hater or whoever, they're probably going around saying, hey, I got all my money back. Here's the proof. But tell Phil's audience that no, they didn't win, yada yada. He did the same thing with King Tut. He did the exact same thing with King Tut, and we know Tut got his it's surmised that Tut got his money back, whether they broke even or they ruled in Tut's favor altogether and Phil's lying. Who knows? But yet again, he's going through this mental gymnastics to prove that he's right, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't deter anybody. We know that if someone wants to charge back on you, they can, and they will win. All that bullshit and lies he talked about, oh, I've never lost a case, I've never done this, that, and the third. Anybody who's ever given me money and tried to charge it back, they never got it. And then he goes, well, I know I won because I kept the money. If they got their money back, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know about that, but I know I kept the money. And then he got pissed off about it because that was right around the time Tut came out and publicly said he got all his money back. And Phil was big mad at Tut up till now. It was almost like Tut let the genie out the bottle or whatnot, even though the situation with Mort. Now, it's surmised that Mort tried to charge back all of those $2 tips that he gave and he lost, but that's only Phil's word on it. I don't think Mort has come out and said anything. Just something to think about.
Charge back and shit. Doesn't work, all right? Just saying it for the upteenth time.
I always win these disputes. I'm good at lying. Most of the tips that I get, I don't get that. A lot of the tips don't go through. That's happened a lot where it says there's a tip and then I look and it's gone. For whatever reason, the bank declined it or whatever. It sucks, but, you know, it sucks when it doesn't go through.
So I don't know why people think they
But
can
I
get
thought
away.
you said he wins every single one, though. Well, like anything else, there's always a bit of doubt. The snout, the gout, and the doubt.
With it because they never do. But I should throw that out there, okay? All right, Awful Waffle did a 50-bit cheer with the Subway cheer mo and says Phil's a great streamer. He has a great work ethic for all of these years.
What?
Thank you for that, Awful Waffle. Yeah, you know, pretty consistent, huh? Like if you look back over the 11 years I've been a content creator, when I used to do this for a hobby for 2.5 years, pretty much insanely consistent. Even though I had a full-time job, I would still every night be putting out new content on YouTube. Then when I started doing this full-time in 2011, started working my ass off, you know, every day. Videos. Like I was known as the guy who would pump out the most videos in a day and would get through games, you know, more consistently than most other content creators because I was just working my ass off, right? Now as a full-time streamer, I'm here 6 days a week, typically. This week is an exception because it's Kat's birthday, but typically I'm here 6 days a week.
So how much work is it really to literally point your camera at your TV, record for 3 hours drunk, and then throw it up on YouTube in 10, 15-minute segments? Now, most of you are like, gee, that's messed up. That's what happened. That's what he did. How do you think he made all that ad revenue with his little 10-minute format? That's how he did it. That ain't work. And remember, he doesn't edit his content. He wants you guys to have the raw, untouched playthrough, as if you're right there with him, sitting down, watching him play the game, and having some Tanqueray and Sprite. So how much work did he really put in? Think about that. DSP News.
Week full time covering both new releases, chill streams. You know, I'm doing so much stuff. And it is very nice to know that people appreciate the dedication that I put towards it because I take it very seriously. And by the way, I should bring up that I love my job. Like, I absolutely love doing this. And that's why it's pretty damned awesome that I get to do this for a living for the past, you know, how many years? It's from 2011, so 8 years of my life I've been able to do this. Pretty insane and pretty fun. All right? So thank you for that sentiment. The sentiment is very appreciated, Awful Waffle. Last Turbo cheered, he said, what was your favorite Subway ingredients or sandwich? Well, quite frankly, I rag on Subway a lot. I'll be honest, I do. I rag on them a lot. There are a few things at Subway that I actually like, all right? I don't go there mostly because I don't feel that they're as good as other sandwich shops. I'm just going to be honest. But there's a few things at Subway that I think are all right. So I guess I should be fair. Since you're asking the question, I should tell you what I would actually eat at Subway if I actually were go there to eat, okay? One of my favorites is called the Subway Melt. So this is the one I believe has turkey, ham, and bacon.
Oh my god. It's terrible. Cannibalism.
I smell bacon cooking.
I love the red meat. All right.
And cheese. So usually I get American cheese, and this is the one because it's called the Melt. They always toast it, okay? So essentially what you get is a warm sandwich with...
Why would you want to get American? You could have shredded. Okay, I guess, whatever.
Some tasty meats, salty bacon, and melted cheese. Usually I would get like lettuce, tomato, some peppers on that, and then the salt and pepper mix. and then usually some ranch sauce. It's really good with ranch sauce, okay? That would be one of my go-tos. Alright? Another one that I think is good, but only if you get it a certain way, is their Philly cheesesteak. The way I would usually get it is not as a typical cheesesteak. Alright, what I would do, you get the steak, obviously, American cheese, and you load it up with barbecue sauce, okay? If you give their barbecue sauce a little bit of a kick to it, so if you actually load it up with the barbecue sauce, I feel it actually tastes pretty good. Now, on that, I would probably just put, like, maybe peppers on it, because when you think Philly cheesesteak, you think fried onions. They don't do fried onions at Subway. You think mushrooms. They don't do mushrooms at Subway. See? The things you would normally put on a Philly cheesesteak, they don't even have at Subway. So the only thing that I would do is peppers, like green peppers, probably, on that. So it's good, but you're not going to put a lot on it, because other stuff you would put on it wouldn't really go very well. The last sandwich that I probably think is decent at Subway is the Italian BMT. This is the one where it's like, I think it's ham, salami, and pepperoni. So it's basically all Italian-style meats.
Cannibalism.
And if you get that they have that cheese bread. It's actually good on that cheesy bread because it's Italian. It goes with it. And I usually, with that, I would do a little bit of mayo.
He's talking about the Italian urban cheese.
And all those meats, and probably, like, a lot of veggies. So lettuce and tomato and, you know, the peppers and stuff like that.
He should actually do spinach instead of lettuce.
And then, I would definitely have them toast it so that everything's nice and melted good on there. And the salt and pepper as well. That's one that I would definitely eat, okay? But in reality, I mean, just being honest, I don't really like Subway that much. I would rather go to Jersey Mike's. I would rather go to Blimpie if they still exist. I would rather go to Potbelly. I would rather go to Quiznos. Any of those I like better than Subway, okay? So, I'm not saying that absolutely everything at Subway is terrible, but it's not great, alright? Left Rainbow cheered again. He says, I meant, why isn't a cheer meter in your streams? So he's saying, why don't I have a cheer meter on the stream, okay?
Don't act brand new to that, because you know what that is, and you've had it before. You've had it for tips, too.
Truth of the matter is that, number one, I feel that having meters all over the screen is kind of obnoxious.
Despite the fact that he's done it before, he considers it obnoxious. Just like how he said back in the day that he wasn't going to have, like, everything you see up here at the top with top cheer, top tip, and top all that. He used to say, oh, that ruins the YouTube video. I wouldn't do that. That's horrible. You know what I'm saying? This is going to mess the YouTube videos all up. And that's all he does now. So, yet again, suck up the hypocrisy in that. That should be the new, that should be the hazelnut and mocha, the hazelnut and mocha SnortBucks special. Think about that. A delicate blend of mocha, hazelnut, hit of whipped cream, just a little bit of caramel, salted caramel at the top. Oh boy, that sounds good to me. That sounds real good to me. Yeah, yeah, that would be really cool. And then we can, if I really want to be a joke, if I really want to be, it's definitely a joke, but fuck it, I'm gonna go with it. If I really want to be a jerk about it, and I really want to, and you guys really want to get real decadent about it, we give you 2 strips of candied bacon to go along the side with it. Yeah, that's some good eating right there. That sounds pretty good to me. I'd like that. That'd actually be pretty good.
The days or the times when I've done that has been for a special event. Like, I need to raise funds for taxes. I really need to do this. If I don't, I have serious repercussions in my life, right? Then have a meter trying to run, raise a certain amount of funds in a day to help out. You see, that's the kind of times that I would do that kind of stuff. I feel that if you use a meter on every stream, you cheapen the effects of doing it. Like, it's not special anymore if you do it every day. That's
but doesn't
1.
he have, but yet again, he has the counters at the top that track how many tips and cheers that he gets throughout a stream. What's the difference? Guess we didn't think that far. So I guess not. Oh, he's a bigger joke than anybody.
Number 2, I'm not exactly sure how it works with bits, but FYI, Twitch has very strict guidelines around bits and how you can use them to do stuff on streams.
No one said anything about bits. Didn't he say cheers and tips? Why are you bringing bits into this? No one asked you anything about a bit goal. I like how he keeps going to that, because it's the one thing that he knows he can't fuck around with, because Twitch has this thing about you can't equate bits to actual you can't put a value on bits for whatever reason. It's something along those lines. It's something that they're very, very strict on. And I think and obviously one of the reasons is they don't want people to think of bits as a form of currency, even though that's kind of what it is, sort of. Or at least it has a value. Whatever. But either which way, that's the reason why he keeps bringing that up to wave stuff like this off. Because Twitch has this thing up their ass about bits and about how people present it, right? And what its value is, and they just don't want to get caught up in some crazy shit about it. Which makes sense. Despite the fact that isn't Facebook currently working on their own currency? Not that has anything to do with this, but I'm just for a point of conversation, I think. So that's a thing.
You can
and I think with that Facebook currency, I think they're trying to have it used everywhere. Like, you can use it literally anywhere. And doesn't Twitch have a thing where you can actually use gift cards? You can use the amounts on a gift card, for example, that you can actually cheer that to, or you can tip it or cheer it, or whatever the case may be, to streamers on Twitch. I remember they talked about that in, like, sometime in 2018, I think, when they started. It might even have been into 2017. If anybody remembers, just, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I very much appreciate it.
Never reference or say that bits have monetary value, because per Twitch guidelines, they don't. Alright? So if someone were to I need to raise bits so that I can do this, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. That's 100% against Twitch guidelines to do that. So if you put a cheer meter, this is our meter for the day, and I'm trying to raise this, it kind of, to me at least, for some, I would say that kind of makes it seem like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a monetary association with bits, for me at least. And so I would say that would be against the rules, right? Now, you can do the same exact thing with tips, okay? I could do a tips meter right now and have no problem whatsoever. It's only the cheering where this is kind of affects stuff. So I can understand why some people are confused. Listen, I get it. I hear ya. But that's just the guidelines of the rules of Twitch. You gotta abide by.
Like that's ever hurt him before. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that a little closer, because something seems a bit off about that. I'm gonna have to look at that. Cause cause Phil has begged for bits before. But see, the thing is he doesn't beg for bits and cheers now, because he goes for tips, I think, because does Twitch even get a cut of tips? Because you all have heard it where Phil says, if you guys really want to help me today, I would prefer if you guys tip me. I get that right away. Something's telling me, or I know I've heard it somewhere. I think maybe Tevin has spoken about it at one time or another. Praise be. That Twitch doesn't actually get a cut of your tips, but they get a cut of everything else. Subs, cheers, and bits. Have to look into that.
Alright. So for me, I don't want, even though it may be allowed, I don't know if it is, it may be allowed to do things like a cheer meter or whatever. I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I want to, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk violating a term of service on Twitch here and get in trouble.
Twitch loves me and my streams.
When in reality, I don't need it. It's a tool. You're right. It's a tool to motivate people to contribute. And would it help? Maybe. But I'd rather not risk, getting into hot water over doing something like that. Right? When in reality, I know I can do fine without it. Like I said, if there's a special situation where I need to raise tips in a short period of time for something, then I've used a meter before. But that's not something that I want to just have on every stream. I feel that it cheapens it. And, I would never do it for bits. Okay?
I prefer tips. Tips, I needed them pretty badly.
And then I received a $1 tip from someone who's a name that's racially insensitive and I can't put up on the leaderboard. So I literally cannot even put this guy's name up on the leaderboard because he's an idiot. But he says...
Okay, real quick, because I had to look this up. So, when it comes to the question of does Twitch get a cut of streamers' tips, some say no. Only the donator provider, which is whatever the financial institute you go through to get the money that you send your money through, get a small cut of like stream tips and Twitch alerts and things like that. Others say Twitch actually gets the cut, but no one's really quite sure. But most people say no, that's not the case. But then, like I said, with subs in cheers and bits, they're going to get their cut. So if you think about it, Phil, and people have said this before, that Phil is actually cutting out Twitch of their own money by only asking for tips over anything else. Hence the reason why he doesn't beg for bits and stuff anymore. On top of the fact that he used to get in trouble for that, for bits and cheers. So he not only is he screwing Twitch over out of a portion of their tip money by only asking for that, but he puts that over subs sometimes too, until they get closer and closer to the sub goal. So just something to kind of think about. I'll have to look into that further, but that's an interesting way of thinking about it there.
It's good you're embracing memes now with a lot of your emotes. Would you put a Snort emo up or a Gout emo up? Excuse me. Wow.
Well, here's the thing, okay? If I put a Snort emo up, quite frankly, I don't know how it would be received. I don't think that anyone who's actually a fan of mine would use it, because they know why every once in a while I have to do it. It's because I have bad post-nasal drip. It's disgusting. I've had it my whole life. If you watch my videos for 11 years, I do have to sometimes either, clear my throat or snort or both, because I have to clear out my sinuses or my throat so that I can keep talking, okay? I don't necessarily think that it's in good humor to make fun of a physical ailment that someone has. It's just something that I've had my whole life. It's not going to go away, okay? So, truth of the matter is, if I added it, would it take power away from people who want to, insult me? I guess it probably would, because I don't really think it's a big deal that I do it anyway. The thing is, no one's really asked for that, okay? Same thing with a gout emo, alright? Gout is a sickness that I had years ago, alright? Does it ever truly go away? No, because what it is an acid imbalance in your blood, okay? And when you have an acid imbalance in your blood, you have to monitor what you eat and what you drink in order to make sure you don't get a chemical imbalance with acid that would make your joints swell up again. So, that's what I've done, and I have not had any kind of a major issue at all since I want to say 2016 was the last time that I had a really bad situation with it.
How's the gout, Phil?
Oh my god, here's another one. How's the gout, Phil? Another idiot. This is great.
How's the gout?
How's the gout?
So you're talking 3 years that I've had almost no problems with this thing. And yet people are like, let's keep making fun of him for it and bringing up that at one point he had a really bad gout and he was talking to people publicly about it on streams and stuff, right? And for me it's like, how is that funny?
We just had a troll in the chat. Celebrate Gout 100. So, har, Phil had gout earlier this year, and he talked about it publicly because he talks about this stuff publicly. He shares it, right? He's not ashamed. He's not one of these people who hides the personal shit about his life. He talks about it. And so I brought this up, and everyone knows that I had gout earlier this year, and I don't have it anymore. I haven't had it since... Shit, I'm trying to think the last flare-up was sometime...
Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same idiot who, when we talk about race jokes and whatnot, it's just a joke, you guys shouldn't take shit too seriously, you can't let stuff like that have power over you, and so on and so forth. But when it applies to him, oh, that's not funny. You shouldn't do that. You guys should be more sensitive to my feelings. You know what I'm saying? You should be a bit more understanding. There's nothing funny about that. If it's something to be if you can ridicule somebody or laugh at somebody over the color of their skin that they can't control, right? You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask you know what I'm saying? You can't pick the color when you're born, right? You can't control any of that, right? He doesn't want anybody to make fun of something like this that he allegedly can't control himself. Or he can't do anything about, which is mainly what it comes down to. So it's funny to go ahead and make fun of all these people here, but don't make fun of me for this here. That's not cool. That's not right. You shouldn't be able to do that. You guys are assholes for doing that shit. But I'm going to do this over here, and you guys need to stop being sensitive ninnies because I'm poking fun at you guys over stuff that you guys really can't do nothing about. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, Phil. I never thought about it that way. I never thought about it that way at all.
Summer, you know? Because I changed my lifestyle. I don't drink as much. I'm not eating as much red meat. I'm a lot more healthy now. And because of that, I haven't had any issues with it. But they think it's like funny to bring that shit up. Look, another one, Fall Gout. How is this funny? Like, what is funny about that? It's over. Like, it's so outdated. Find something else.
Or how is that even like... You know what that's like? Schoolyard bullying. There's a kid who has big ears. Let's go make fun of the kid for having big ears. That's what it is. It's like, 5-year-olds in a playground making fun of a kid for something they can't help. It's an ailment that I have. It's in my family. It's hereditary.
It's all lies. It is all fucking lies. All right?
I found out my aunt and a few other of my relatives actually had this over the years. And now that I know I have it, I do everything that I can to make sure that it doesn't affect me anymore. And it hasn't for about 3 years. I've had no problems with it. So why are we going to make an emote about it?
But it does affect you because you can't eat what you want, and you're regimented in doing something. You're regimented to do something to prevent it from coming back. Or preventing flare-ups, because he always has it. He'll never get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? He can basically only hold it off. And then you try to shift the blame to your family is just asshole-ish. That's as immature and as pathetic as one could get, to blame his family for his own shortcomings. But that's the DSP way.
You see what I mean? Like, it basically means that people want to insult me constantly about things that aren't like, okay, make fun of my post-nasal drip because it's a physical ailment I can't help. I'm sick. I'm sick. It's a sickness. Oh, let's make fun of Phil because he had gout at 1.3 years ago. It's like, why are these things funny? And the truth of the matter is...
Trigger the libs, own the libs.
They don't affect my daily content. They're not things that really get brought up a lot. The only people who bring them up are people who want to hurt me or insult me, right? So why are we going to bring those up on stream by making emotes? Now, compare that to Why Am I Toxic? That's a reference to a silly thing that happened in a playthrough, a Dark Souls playthrough years ago, that stupid kids basically said to, oh, why am I toxic? Why am I toxic? Yeah, it's so funny. I can tell you,
And you banned a shitload of people for it. For years! You banned people for it. So it's a silly, stupid little thing, but yet this nut ain't sat there and blocked people, he had people blocked on Twitter, and he banned countless accounts on Twitch for that shit. But I thought it was just a silly little thing, guys.
The saltiness. So I said, okay, fine. What we'll do is we'll own it. We'll make an emote of it. It takes away its power because now people have the ability to do it. It's condoned in the chat, right? The thing is, if I start condoning every little thing that's actually meant to insult me, the whole chat will just be insults. And that's not what we want. As I said, these streams are not meant to be toxic streams of stupid shit. There's streamers out there who do that. Their entire stream is just toxic insults. That's not what my streams are about. You're not coming here...
How would you know when you don't watch anybody else? And two, you can't sit there and monetize this and not monetize that because that shit hurts your feelings a little too much. It don't work that way. It really don't. All you're gonna do is, because you don't want to embrace the memes, people will just keep hitting it. Yeah, people will just keep hitting you with it more and more and more. You're gonna lose in the long run. Now who's being a sensitive little bitch?
Just see someone get completely destroyed on a stream. Trust me, rest assured, I know there's people out here that's what they want my streams to be. They just want my stream to 100% be insult, 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 attack, attack, make fun of Phil, make fun of Phil. And that's not what it's going to be. That's not what this shit's about. You know, it's supposed to be about fun gameplay. It's supposed to be about having a good time with games. Not about just constantly insulting someone on a fucking stream. Okay? So, that's why I'm not going to allow that stuff. Okay? Don't understand. It's not because, oh, Phil has such thin skin that he won't even joke about that stuff or whatever. That's not true.
It's obvious the guy is completely sensitive about it.
And you can try to make excuses and shit. Your excuses mean nothing. It's 100% cause and effect. And you're oversensitive, dude. Just being very honest here. But sadly, there's people who just don't understand the difference between every once in a while ragging on someone versus, you know, doing it every constant second. It's called moderation. And people, sadly, just don't have a lot of self-control in regards to that. I know if I had emotes of this shit, the entire fucking stream would be that. Okay? Sounds good? Alright. Make sense?
No, it sounds rather pathetic, to be honest with you. Mr. Free Speech, Mr. Oh, if I said something about somebody, it's because I was asked to, but now something comes back on me, I don't want to hear it. That's what that shit sounds like.
Alright, let's continue on. Eternal Napalm did a 50-bit cheer with the bonus Subway cheer emote, and he says, as a live interactive streamer, isn't the point to interact with chat? I don't get why people criticize you for having chat give tips during games. Well, there's two reasons, Eternal Napalm, while I feel people have issue. The first is, there's people out there who used to watch me back in the day. Keep in mind, I was a full-time YouTuber from 2011 until 2017. That's 6 years. That's a long time, man. So for 6 years, people got used to this style of gameplay where it was me playing a game, isolated, not really interactive, with anything. It was kind of like me playing games by myself and giving live commentary, a lot of, improvisational commentary, jokes, etc., based on what was going on in the game. And when you watch that content, it's like, wow, I feel like I'm sitting in the room next to Phil while he plays a game. That's great, but that really stopped being viable when YouTube lost all their ads in 2017, and it became a site where you can't really make a living anymore, okay?
It's not about the money. It's not. I'm not here to take a paycheck.
So when I had to become an interactive streamer, now, it's about interaction with the stream chat, getting people engaged or whatever, okay? But a lot of people aren't used to that still. It's been 2.5 years since I became an interactive streamer. Some people still have issue with it. Seriously, some people still have issue with the fact that I am interactive and it's not just me playing the game isolated anymore. I know some people are just that resistant to change that 2.5 years later, they're still not figuring this out, okay?
Phil's getting his hand.
You mean how resistant you were to change when people were telling you to go to direct capture and you wouldn't do it, and it took you like 5 years of people day in, day out trying to give you reasons why you should do it and why it's not as hard as that you think it is, and then if you would just take a little time and stop acting like a little bitch, sissy ninny, that you could have actually had this done so you could compete, so you could draw more people in, so you could get more views. But you want to talk about other people being resistant to change. Makes sense.
Hold my hand every single, moment of every game.
So that's number one. Number two, there are a group of people, and I would say it's probably a large group of people, who watch me play games to fail. The reason they're really watching my stream isn't because they want to have a good time, isn't because they want to see how a game plays. They just want to make fun of me. And so because of that, they want to see me struggle. They want to see me run in circles, not being able to figure out a puzzle. They want to see me have tough fights against bosses that I can't figure out. Essentially, they just want to see me rage and be suffering all the time. This is the kind of people they are. They're basically fucked up people. It's one thing.
It's fucked up to watch somebody fail at a video game and be entertained by it? Really? Oh. He's taking everything as a personal shot. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when... Let's be completely honest. I want to be serious for a minute. This is what happens when you have nothing else in life. When your whole existence is based off of one thing that you're not even good at. Phil is known for raging. He's known for being bad at games. It's been like that for years. You know what I mean? The trifecta, the gout, the doubt, and the snout is basically being bad at games, being horrible at games, playing every new game that comes out, and raging. That is the gout, doubt, and snout when it comes to DSP and his legacy. That's what it is. And he still hasn't accepted that. He want to sit here and be this butthurt little bitch saying people don't want to come here and watch me and cheer for me and suck me off and tell me how great I am. They want to laugh at me when I fail because you're inevitably going to fail. You're going to rage. You're going to make excuses on why the game's bad instead of you being bad. That shit's entertaining. That's why This Is How You Don't Plays have prospered for all these years and are profitable. Yet again, who's having a hard time adapting to change and adapting to the situations around them? You're known for being a very negative individual. You fall into the archetype, if not you're the poster boy of gamers being angry, no life individuals. You fall into that hook, line, and sinker, which is one of the reasons why that people laugh at DSP in the actual gaming industry. This is what he is. And yet he still doesn't understand it. He still certainly doesn't like it, but he doesn't understand it. This is what his reality is. We all know that, but it still hasn't caught up to him yet. Yet again, the body's dead. The brain hasn't caught up yet.
Okay, I want see Phil have some challenge, and I understand that. You don't want to see my handheld constantly in every single moment of every game spoiled, so that there's zero challenge and I coast through everything. I understand that, and I don't allow that, by the way. When I'm playing a brand new game for the first time, or a game that I'm playing for the first time, I allow myself to try to take on the challenge first before I would look to the stream chat for help. Alright? But
that's not why they're there. They're not there to actually... I mean, if people want to give you help in the chat, that's fine, but there's a lot of people who don't like that. Like, for example, Man vs. Game. He's a perfect example. He does not allow hand-holding at all. No tips, none of that shit. Max is another one. Maximilian dude. He's also someone who doesn't like a lot of that. There's a lot of streamers that are like that. You're there to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? Yes, people are going to have their hardships in games. It's what happens. It's part of the struggle. But that's also part of the entertainment value. Watching someone come up against a wall and having to figure out a way to get around it or go over it or break through it. It's them overcoming situations is part of the entertainment value. You being handheld by the chat, there's nothing entertaining about that at all. And he's playing on the PS4. He might as well go ahead and use the share feature and have someone else play the game for him. But then if that's the case, what the hell we need to watch Phil for? We'll just go and watch that person stream. See the problem, Phil?
some people don't want any help. They just want me to suffer endlessly. They want me to have pain and misery. They revel in the misery of me, the streamer. Why? Because they're mentally fucked up people. Normal people don't enjoy that. Normal people actually want to see happiness and success and fun and triumph and laughter. They don't want to see...
Yeah, but all of those things comes from self. You don't want that. You want other people to carry you to that success, to carry you to that triumph, to carry you to that victory. He's not even man enough to do that on his own outside of Street Fighter. And even then he can't do it. Barely. Beating up on scrubs, if that makes you feel good about yourself, then so be it. But for Mr. former pro fighting game player, you would think you'd have a little bit more pride. But he doesn't have pride though, does he?
Suffering. But there's a fucked up group of people out here who like that because they're mentally fucked. Okay?
I'm sorry that you're so I'm sorry that you are so unentertaining that other people have to come to you and find their own entertainment. Sorry, Phil. Maybe you should just try being more entertaining. Maybe that's the way we should go about this.
Salud.
So, that's the deal. It's just that simple. But you're right. It's an interactive stream for 2.5 years. You think people would have gotten used to me getting some advice and stuff from Stream Chat, but some people just want to complain no matter what, because these are the people, as I said, I was talking about this on Sunday, there's a group of people out there that are hyper-focused on me, and you would think, oh, they're his biggest fans. No, they act like fans in the regards that they watch all my content, but they do the opposite. Instead of saying, wow, that was good content, that's real fun, Phil, we support you in everything you do, it's the opposite. Wow, that was terrible content, and Phil sucks, and everything he does we hate, and we want to do everything we can to detract and defame and slander him. It's kind of it's the anti-fan. The anti-fan, or I was saying, what's the opposite of a fan? A NAF. N-A-F, the backwards fan, right? They're backwards fans. They still watch all my shit. Some people even contribute monetarily and stuff to the streams, but then they just want to shit on me constantly and say I'm like the worst human on the planet, okay? Pretty stupid. Did everything correct, cheers. So with the snorting, I think he's saying to have fun with it and laugh at yourself. Who cares? Ricky Berwick made the best.
I mean, I guess it is pretty stupid if they're winning all their chargebacks, but, you know, make of that what you will. Calling people anti-fans, they're not fans of you, period, first off. I don't watch a lick of your content. I watch a lot of the Detractor content, to be honest. I only use your content directly as if there's stuff that is being cut out that I kind of need, or if I want to just address you directly. Outside of that, I watch a lot of Detractor content. And that is somebody who had to go through a process to make it entertaining. Oh boy, that's a little bit different, Phil, than what you produce. Okay? There's something a little different. Someone had to go ahead and get that frying pan going. So there's a little bit different of a situation there. Calling them anti-fans and all this and that. Whatever you have to do, Phil, to make you feel better. Because calling them anti-fans, or just having fan in there, is to make himself feel better. Which is really... odd, I guess, but whatever. Let the pig take what he can get.
With his handicap, I don't know who Ricky Berwick is, but see, to me, if I
Ricky's funny. If you follow him on Twitter, you know it. He's pretty funny.
Snort or whatever to clear out my sinuses, I don't see that as a big deal. It's just something that I've done my entire life. I don't like doing it. I think it's disgusting too. But I just have to do it so I don't fucking choke. Okay? So
then shut the fuck up and deal with it then. Just saying. Here's the thing. If that was his burden to bear and that was it, that's one thing. But it's not. Everybody else on stream and everybody else in the videos have to hear that bullshit too. So, if they have to make light of it to make it easier for them to accept, then so be it. He already has the very negative attitude of snorting through everything and people have had to turn it into something more humorous. For those people who show up to his streams and they're like, why is this guy snorting all the time? Oh shit, they got a snort emote? Oh, okay. And you not being a sensitive, nagging little bitch about something that, like you said yourself, Phil, allegedly, you can't control and you can't do nothing, you can't do anything about, you might as well try to monetize it. You might as well lighten the mood up on it. But, you know, Phil's not that smart, you see.
Necessary evil, and I just do it and move on. It's other people who seem to have issue with it. Oh, we gotta make a big deal and say that he did it, and now we're gonna say we're grossed out for fucking 10 minutes in the stream chat. It's like, how about you become a mature adult, and you say, okay, it happened, whatever, move on. You know, if you don't make it a big deal, it's not a big deal. It's people who give this kind of shit negative power, you know what I mean? Solidus Jared is a troll who's banned, so thank you for the cheer, Solidus Jared, the dumb troll. 289 Hippo, I guess, did a 50-bit cheer, and says, why can't you use a mute button when you know you have to clear your throat? Some of us listen on headphones, and it's pretty aggressive. Because, quite frankly, I don't know when I'm going to have to do it, and it's something that I just do naturally when I'm talking all day. It's not like, oh, I feel like now there's a tickle in my throat, and I have to clear my throat. Or, oh, all of a sudden, my sinuses have been clogged, and now I have to snort, so let me plan this out so I can hit a mute button, you know? Like, it's just something that spontaneously happens.
How hard is it to hit a mute button? Like, in the time it takes you to have that feeling or that sensation to come about is just as much time as you need to go ahead and hit the mute button real fast. Alright.
I deal with it, and we move on. And like I said, if you're a mature adult, and you're not gonna make a big fucking deal about it, you get used to it, you move on, it's okay, it happened, big deal, right?
Ugh. All I can really
so big deal, accept it, and don't say shit. Wow.
It's salt. That's it. It just tastes like I'm biting a gelatinous chunk of rubbery salt. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Versus, oh, I'm just gonna be here and let it rag on him and let it, you know, it's stupid. It's, again, it's not a big to-do. It's not like, oh man, I have to snort to clear my sinuses. It takes 14 minutes. No, it takes like 2 seconds. So if you can deal with every once in a while for 2 seconds at a tear I have to do something gross because of a physical condition that I have and I can't help, you know, be a fucking adult and deal with it. Versus, oh, I'm a spoiled child who can't deal with 2 seconds of discomfort out of a 6+ hour stream. And that's the truth of the matter.
Then you can't be mad that, first off, I thought you said you streamed for 8 hours or more. Oh, well, whatever. I guess we'll... the discrepancies, I'm sure. If you... Phil, you got to understand that all this bitching and complaining you're doing is the reason why you're losing more and more viewership. You do realize that, right? So... You're talking about, I don't know why people aren't showing up. I don't know why people aren't talking to me. Because maybe they have another tab open when someone else is restreaming you. Or whatever the case may be. Or they're actually just doing something else way more productive. You can't get mad at that when you're going to sit here and not even take a little bit of just forethought to conduct yourself better. You want these people to be adults and deal with your bullshit. But you don't want to be an adult and meet them halfway and try to deal with it on your end. You're the problem. But you don't want anybody to draw attention to you being the problem. You just want everybody to deal with it. Kind of like with your whole situation with detractors and haters. You don't want them to bring attention to your lies about you being broke, or there's tax issues here, or there's this there. You don't want them to bring the attention to it because it'll make it easier for people to call you out. That's why you hate them so much. When in actuality, maybe if you just stop lying, maybe things would go by a little easier. Detractor logic, of course.
I want absolute pleasure for every moment of every fucking stream that I watch, brother. I want pleasure every moment. How dare there be 2 seconds of discomfort, brother? Just grow up. How about that?
Toxic dude.
And then I received another $1 tip from Dolan Dark, so we're up to $3 in tips today, and he says, I agree with you about the snort emote. What about making a taxes emote?
Lol.
Well, again, here's the thing, alright? I don't want my personal problems to become running things in my stream. And the truth of the matter is...
They're running things on the internet. They're running things. This is like the stupid shit that Phil and other people say about, oh, when I make a tweet, I thought it was private. Since when? This shit isn't just on your Twitter feed and that's it. It's public to anybody and everybody. If someone likes it, someone eventually will see it. Someone who's following them will see it. If someone retweets it, anybody who is following them will see it, and anybody who's associated with that person will see it. Do you not know how Twitter works? Why do you think porn gets spread around so goddamn fast? Shit. This is someone who likes a bunch of lovely ladies on Twitter and shit. Goddamn. I don't want my issues to be something I don't want my issues to be something splattered across my streams. It's all over the internet. All over the internet, but you're worried about your little stream. You're worried about your little hug box that you ask for money to cover your taxes every month anyway. Wow, just it's hard to believe someone is really this ignorant. It really is. It's almost astounding to believe that there's someone truly this ignorant and with this level of lack of self-awareness. Absolutely amazing. I wouldn't believe if I didn't know who DSP was, or Phil Burnell, or you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, just his whole brand in general. If I didn't know who he is and the shit that he does, and someone told me, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, no one does that. No one's really that stupid. No one would ever pull that bullshit and think and be proud of it. Oh well, I guess this is what happens when you get woke. Piggy woke.
Was there a time when I was talking about taxes and everything constantly? Absolutely. But I don't really do that much on the regular. It's only if there's a situation where I actually have to because I need help or something, right? So, you're right. At one point, it was a big thing on my streams. It's really not that much all the time. And the truth of the matter is, once gameplay starts, none of this is a factor. Once I start playing a game, you don't hear me constantly talking about problems in my personal life that I need help with financially and stuff. None of that, right? It's about the game. So for me, if I were to make a taxes emo, and all of a sudden everyone starts spamming it.
Guys, yeah, I'm looking at contributions and they're kind of low. If you guys really want to try to help me right now, tipping is the way to do it, okay? I really need your help. I got these bills coming up, or my account's already overdrafted. I very much need you guys' help right now, okay? I'm looking at the chat and I don't see anybody really talking, and like I said, contributions have been really, really low. So please, if you want to help me out, if you want to have these streams continue to go on, if you want to see me be successful, successful, please tip me. Please tip me. And he said that multiple times during playthroughs, and we all know that.
Taxes emo, people would be like, what the fuck is this? I came for gameplay, I'm watching a game, and all of a sudden everyone's talking about taxes. What is this about? And all it would do is derail the stream. Okay? So, there you go. That's why I'm not gonna do that, okay?
We're up to 603 subs. Guys, we have smashed the sub goals. So, at this point, I really don't see a reason to list the sub goal anymore. Basically, here's what's happening. We're doing a Halloween event. Alright? You're going to be able to nominate and vote on horror-themed games for said event. You're going to be able to vote on the costume I wear during the event. And I'm going to decorate the office for Halloween, and I'm going to get some new decorations this year. So this month of October will be a whole month of decorations and stuff. Okay? So, we smashed it. We destroyed it. We're 603 subs. I'm not even going to keep going with sub goals. We did it. We beat it. We did it. We did it together. Thanks to everyone who subscribed, everyone who gifted subs. It's much appreciated. Okay? Give me the money. Give me money. Give me your money. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money. Blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it.
He basically just screwed them out of that money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the one who said extending it to 625. Wow. Just, yeah. What are you going to do? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the last video of our broadcast. And, such nonsense. And I'll literally see you guys in just a second.
It's time to play the game!
shit. That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
Please.
As one would hope. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the last video of our broadcast, brought to us by Snort Burnell, DSP, hardcore begging season in full force. Penne so I can't say that. Penne points. And people are gonna have to give me games. Here we go.
Hit me. And I mean this, I really need the help right now. If you guys aren't aware, the stream earlier today was pretty much a complete bust. So I played Blair Witch and I beat it in only 90 minutes. The ending was terrible.
Then I did an impromptu Street Fighter throwback stream, which was fun, but no one was really expecting it, so we didn't get a lot of attendees, and the contributions today have been very low. So if you can please help me out tonight with tipping me, I would really, really appreciate it. I need the help for my bills and everything this week, and today I got basically almost nothing. And I was like, damn, you know, it happens sometimes. There's not much you can do about it. It just sucks that because Blair Witch ended up being a dud, that this happens, right? So hopefully you guys are excited for the conclusion of Judgment tonight, and hopefully maybe some people will be generous. If not, not much I can do about it, but just saying, if you guys want to help me out tonight, please consider tipping me. It helps me more than anything, and I really need the help right now, okay?
Mark, Judgment hasn't really been getting a lot of attention anyway, though, so... I mean, if anything, that was a deficit. It's a good thing he's finishing it, but he should have completed that a long time ago and got it up and out of there.
This is hint, hint. Dude, no hint, hint. I'm outright telling you, I really would appreciate some help via tipping. That's not a hint. That's saying, if you can, please help, because it really sucked earlier today. It was so goddamn slow. It's greed. It's greed. Greed is massively strong. I have no fucking self-control.
Now,
So you're telling me during both of those streams when contributions were low, while he was playing, he didn't mention anything about, hey guys, if you guys really want to help me out, please tip me? You really believe that he was strictly focused on the game and that's what the whole stream was talking about, just on the gameplay? Really? Really? Not really.
later tonight, everyone, this is where I want to try to tell you guys exactly what's going on the late stream tonight, because there's a lot of confusion and people are not agreeing whatsoever. So I'm going to lay down the law here on what I'm doing later tonight. So tonight's late stream, which is around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, was up in the air. It was either going to be the premiere of Gears of War 5, or it was going to be Black Ops 4 Blackout. And I basically said it's going to be dependent on if the game's available or not. You know, I have the Xbox Live, or Xbox Gold Ultimate Game Pass, that basically is the one that covers everything. Covers consoles, covers PC, covers every venue of Microsoft games, alright? And it was supposed to be that Gears 5, originally, you get advanced access, early access, and it was supposed to come out tomorrow. So originally I said, I guess, you know, we'll wait, because tomorrow I'm off from streaming, so we'll play it on Saturday when I get back from streaming. It'll be what we do all day. Then people were like, no, Phil, you get it early. You get it even earlier. You could play it Thursday night, okay? So all week I'm like, okay, I guess we'll play it Thursday night. Now I get told you can't play it Thursday night. The way that it works is that it's going to go live at 9 p.m. local time. Now, I know this fucking sounds weird. 9 p.m. local time. It goes live and unlocks on your Xbox, even if you have it installed. And so, for me, my stream starts at 6:45, and it really I stream till around 9. You know, it wouldn't work for me. I'm not going to be able to play it. Now, some people are disagreeing and saying, oh, that's not the case. No, you can play it whenever. First of all, if you could change your Xbox One's time to think you live in New Zealand, and you could have played the game yesterday. But then also, you could, if it's set to East Coast time, you should still be able to play it. But I'm like, what? How does that even work? How does that even make any sense? That if you set the time on your console to be a certain time that you're able to play it, it doesn't make any sense at all. Okay? So there's no, like, consistent explanation as to when the fucking thing unlocks and when you can play it. Alright, I wish there was, but it seems everyone's super confused about when the hell Gears 5 is available. Honestly, it wasn't even supposed to be available until tomorrow anyway, but apparently this is like an early unlock that they're doing, and now it's just not, you know, it's not set, and it's not, since it's not clear what's going on, alright, I don't want to...
Basically, there's no guaranteed way for him to do it, and because there's no guaranteed way for him to do it, he's not going to do it. If it requires more effort, and if it's not a straightforward explanation that's super easy, he has no plans of it. Period. That's all he has to say. I don't know why we're sitting here going through mental gymnastics over nothing.
promise something that I can't deliver on. And I'm also going to be very honest here. Even though I want to play Gears 5, all the reviews coming out are saying Gears 5's campaign is outstanding. Like, a huge improvement over Gears 4. They really tried hard to make the game better this time around. And they really wanted to make this game outstanding and kind of bring back the Gears franchise into prominence with this game. And a lot of reviewers are saying they actually succeeded with that. The truth of the matter here is that even if I were to play Gears tonight, I feel that maybe it would kind of give everyone blue balls. And what I mean by that is I only have a 2-hour time frame to play at night. It's a short stream. Now, it's a new game, and imagine you want to see me dive deep into the game and we only play a couple hours of it. It only gives you a little taste, and it might be kind of annoying, okay? So I think what we're going to do, guys, here's what we're going to do. Since, number one, there's confusion about when the hell Gears 5 is even available. And number two, because my late stream is a late stream and it's a short one, I think what we're going to do is we're going to hold off on Gears 5 until Saturday when I get back from my day off tomorrow.
Wow. Ultimate laziness.
Alright, it's going to be Gears Mania. Gears-a-Palooza. And so hopefully you guys will be here on Saturday for that, because obviously I'm excited for it and I want to see.
Bunnies.
He's stupid. He's real stupid. One, he should give them a little taste of it right now, right? Then take his day off, and then he can build up the anticipation for when he gets back. Phil don't want to do that. Phil thinks, oh, everybody will come out on Saturday and just support me crazy, and I can get, and you know, I'll go ahead and run it that way. And also so he doesn't have to learn the game twice. Because you know if he played it that night, then takes the next day off and then comes back, he's not going to remember any of the controls or anything. So, at least those are my opinions anyway.
You know, how the game is. I am intrigued by this time around, since the reports are that they really tried hard to make this you know, different from the last one. And I'm excited. Let's see what happens, alright? So, that's going to be...
But hasn't he talked shit about the Gears of War series on Twitter anyway? Like, multiple times? But now he's excited. Jesus Christ. Just jumping from E-cock to E-cock. Whatever video game comes out new, he's all over it. Disgusting.
Saturday then, okay guys? There's one other thing I want to talk about before we move on. Alright, so apparently there's this new feature on Twitch. I guess it's like channel loyalty points. It's a brand new thing they just started doing, and apparently some channels have already integrated it, and people have asked me about it, like, Phil, are you going to do it, or whatever. I'm looking into it. In fact, the past couple days I've been discussing this behind the scenes with my moderation team about how could we implement these channel loyalty points. Alright, so for those of you who don't know what this is, alright, what it means is, I think it's based on a few criteria. I think number one is based on total watch time, so how long do you actually watch my streams? You accumulate points for how long you've been watching my streams. Okay? In addition to that, I believe there's something about like chat interactions, like how much you chat on the stream as well. So basically, being engaged in my streams is going to earn you what's called loyalty points to the channel. And we've actually been making some funny ideas about what we can call them. Alright, and I think if we do implement this, again, don't quote me on this if we're going to do this yet, I don't know.
But we're thinking about calling them penne points. Phil's penne points. Oh my god!
Wait, so... Penny points. So, our boy here is mad about the memes when it comes to snorting and gout. But the active meme of penne is okay, and he's going to try to market it as a way of getting people to contribute using the points that they accumulate. We're gonna go about it this way, right? We're gonna go. So really, it's the memes that he's comfortable with, and that's it. And everything else is just bad and should never happen. It should be abolished. And then why? They're just called points. Why are we giving stupid ass kid names to these things? And he's not a children's entertainer.
It's a stupid meme. We might as well integrate it into something on the stream. All right. Phil's penne points. You earn them by watching or by interacting. Okay? That's right, I'm trademarking it. The penne points system.
What's up?
Penne is my favorite pasta shape.
What? 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 What the hell? Oh, this This game was
No clown mode there, right?
made when I'm getting out of here. I can't. I'm out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm out. I'm out. That just creeped me the hell out, dude.
People love this already. They're going nuts. They say, you must do this. Phil's penne.
I prefer a penne point.
Alright. So, as you earn penne points in the stream, you can use it. Well, I don't know if you can use them, but I think what happens is as you hit a certain amount of accumulated points, you can get some things. So one thing that can happen is you can temporarily unlock an emote for free. So, if you're a subscriber, you get access to all the emotes. But if you accumulate enough penne points, you'll be able to use a certain emote, or it could be one that I pick, or it can actually be just a randomly generated one out of all my emotes, for a certain period of time completely for free. Or, another thing that apparently you can do is you can get your message highlighted. So let's say you accumulate a certain amount of penne points, alright? You can now put up a message that'll be highlighted in the stream chat. So obviously, you know, there's some interesting things that can happen with this system. Now, there's already, it was hilarious because there's already strict rules in place about this. This system may not be used to give people monetary value or to hand out items. Like, I guess what they're saying is you can't use it to, like, give stuff out. You can't use it as, like, a gambling, you know, like, basically everything that would be completely regulated by law or illegal, they don't want you doing it. Essentially, they just want you doing virtual things. Like, emotes are okay, highlighting a message in stream chat's okay, but if you talk about, oh, I'm gonna give some money to the person with the highest engagement, or I'm gonna give out an item, a giveaway. They don't want that. I guess what they're saying is, that's gonna cause a lot of problems on the stream, so I can't do stuff like that, okay? But, I think this is sounding interesting. Now, I don't want to jump the gun. I know you guys think that it sounds pretty good. At least from this initial reaction I'm seeing in stream chat. We may start doing it soon, maybe even as soon as this weekend. The penne points system. Alright? But let's...
That highlighted, I agree with Snort Burnell, that highlighted chat, comment thing is going to be good. Because I want to know, if you're using your points to have your comment highlighted, can they actually ban you for that? Or no, can they actually block out the comment? That's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Or can they delete it? On Phil's end, like him or his moderation team. I'm anxious to see how that's going to work.
Let's give it a second here. Let's think about it. Again, I want to talk with my mods a tiny bit more about it before I implement it.
I need a sip.
Today, guys, I got to be very matter of fact with all of you. I got to be honest and down to earth with you, because I really need your help right now. The bottom line is I don't like talking about this shit, but I got to talk about it now. All right. So here's the deal. Things have been going really good on streams recently. They have been. If you guys didn't know, the month of August was really good on stream. Like, things were really good. In particular, I know, you know, cheering as well as subbing was, like, a really good during the month of August. And I want to say thanks to all of you for that. It helped. It's going to help a ton once I actually get paid by Twitch this month. All right? I know it. I know that there was a big increase in contributions in August. And I'm really appreciative of that. All right? But I don't get paid by Twitch until the middle of this month. It's only the 5th. So I have to wait at a minimum 10 more days, if not longer, to get paid by Twitch. I have no money.
Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help!
I paid all my bills that I needed to pay that were the super important ones early this month, including my mortgage and everything, and I am completely tapped out. This sucks ass, because I actually had some plans for things, and now I've had to cancel them. This really, you know, it's not fun. It's not a fun thing. What really sucks about this is I know for a fact that I still have at least 3 major important bills coming up between now and the time that I get paid by Twitch that I need to pay. One of them is a loan that I still owe for about 2 more years. One of them is my friggin' condo association dues. If I don't pay those, I'm kind of in trouble. And then I believe, if I remember correctly, there's 1 to 2 credit cards I need to pay.
So he still has a bunch of business loans. I figured those were still in play. You know, because taking business loans out on your YouTube channel makes a whole lot of sense, right? Especially taking out 2 of them, potentially 3.
I don't care.
Which isn't that big of a deal. If those don't get paid on time, I could just pay them later. That's not a big deal. But essentially, I'm screwed right now because I have no money. And before everyone freaks out and says, oh my god, where did all Phil's money go? it paid bills.
It's a money pit.
So you guys seem to understand that this year, as I've said many times, YouTube ad revenue is insanely bad. This is the worst year ever for YouTube for me. I've always had YouTube as a consistent way to make money, and this year it's essentially going away. Like, every month I'm seeing a decline on what I'm making on YouTube, and it's horrible. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm putting out the same videos I always did. I'm getting the same kind of views I always did, but the YouTube ad revenue is getting worse and worse and worse. Now, like I said, things on Twitch are good, but they really haven't picked up enough to account for the fact that the YouTube stuff has dipped so much. All right, this is just
how much does it need to account for when he's making 10,000 or 10,000 a month, if not more? Let's say 10,000 plus, because some months he's in the 12s, if not higher. So how much does it need to cover? Think about it.
Being honest. So essentially, what I need from you guys is some help in regards to tips.
Ayúdame, por favor. Es muy importante. Help!
All right. Now, understand there's many ways that you can contribute, and some of those, for example, are Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, or buying something from my Teespring store. All right, or all these things are all those things that I mention all the time. They're a way to help out. Okay. But cheering and subbing is great. All right, you guys have been doing a lot of that recently, and I'm really appreciative of that. That's going to help when I get paid by Twitch. But right now, for the next 10 days, I'm screwed over. I have no money, and I have bills I need to pay. So the best way you can help me right now is by tipping me, okay? Tipping me, I swear to you, 100% of those funds is going towards paying my bills for the next 10 days and keeping stuff going around here.
Obviously.
Because right now, being very frank, I'm very nervous about things not getting paid, falling behind. Like, I'll be honest, for about a month, I was really good. And now it seems like we're going to get back to the position where I'm behind on everything again, which is not good. Especially now, the worst part about this is that we're heading into the hardcore gaming season, and there's a lot of games people want to see me play, like Astral Chain, that I didn't play. I skipped out on it. There's a game like Borderlands 3 coming up that I'm on the fence about, but people are like, man, it's one of the biggest releases. You really should play it.
What about all the Switch games that he's already passed up? He skipped a bunch of games this year, let alone this month.
Games that I'm now like, if I can't afford them, I can't afford them, right? So, we're in a situation where either people are going to have to, gift me games via the Amazon wish list, send me like credit on PSN to buy the games, or I can't play them.
Hey, DSP, you gotta get a job.
DSP, get a damn job.
Hey, DSP, Tyrone says you need to get a job, dude.
Everybody should work.
Hey, DSP, yo, get a job, dude.
DSP, keep coasting, bud. It'll be all right. Keep coasting, brother.
I'm just being honest with all of you guys, and not that there's nothing to play, because, for example, if you guys aren't aware, there was a big announcement yesterday during the Nintendo Direct press conference. There got 10 new I think it's 20 or something, SNES games, classic SNES games, that are now being made available on the Switch for free if you're a Nintendo Online subscriber, which I am. Those are games that I could play, during downtime when I can't afford other games or whatever.
Aren't you still waiting on the Genesis Mini? So now we're going to have two ways of playing retro games and watch and see how much of that he actually plays. And when I mean plays, like what he actually turns into a playthrough. Like, has he played Super Mario World? I think he has, actually. I think he has played Super Mario World for the internet. Maybe. Maybe he hasn't. If he hasn't, he should. Has he played any of the original Mario games for the internet, now that I think about it? I'm sure he has. Well, if not, he should. But either which way, yet again, two golden opportunities, and he bitching and complaining about games he can't afford.
So it's not that. Don't worry. I'm never gonna be like, oh my god, I ran out of content for streams. I can't afford to even play something on a stream. That's not the case. I'll always have something to play. But I'm in a situation where things are so shitty financially that I'm worried about all the new releases coming out. Will I even be able to afford the ones that people want to see and stuff? I don't know. This is bad, alright? So, if you want to help out, okay, guys? Please tip me. Tipping me is going to help me. Anything that you tip during the next 2 weeks is going to help me get towards until I get paid by Twitch, which hopefully will alleviate some of this. And as you guys can see, what I've done is I've implemented a tips goal that I'm going to have on every stream.
Shilling.
Now, I've already talked about this before. I've been accused of being the one that came up with it, but I don't know if I was the first one to say it. I don't think so. But I had said originally that he should have like a $200 goal or whatever the case may be, and he should change it every stream. So now he's doing it. That was like $100, I think, and whatnot. I mean, I still think it's a good idea. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't really matter who said it first, or it doesn't matter who said it at all. But it's a good idea. Might as well. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, he's gonna have bad days. He's gonna have days where he only pulls $13, $14, $20, $30. He's not gonna reach the $100 goal, and whatever the case. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's an easier goal. It's easier to obtain. $200 a day guaranteed, though it's not guaranteed. But if he walked away with $200 a day, that's not too bad under reasonable circumstances. What? That's $800 well, he works. No, it'd be because he streams 5 days a week, doesn't he? Well, he streams 6 days, I guess. 5 to 6 days. So it's between $1,000 to $1,200 a week. So it's still not too bad under reasonable circumstances if he can hit it. And he's not going to hit it every day, which means he's not going to get it every week. And just because he hits the $100 goal, that means more than likely not everybody's going to contribute, is going to keep contributing for that stream. They might wait until the next stream to do so. So, but like I said, it might work. If he can push it and he can keep it consistent, he could have done that with the $200 goal earlier in the year. I think it was early in the year when he tried to do that, or last year. He just didn't push it hard enough. He just expected everybody to do so, to just contribute to it. So if you're going to be lazy about it, you're going to get the type of results that you're going to get.
Gross.
All right, every stream is going to have a tips goal to try to raise during that stream. And essentially, if I can raise that tips goal during every stream, things are going to be a lot better, and I'm probably going to be in a good position. Problem is, it's not very realistic to expect that every single stream that I do is going to hit, a tips goal like that. And I know that, all right? I'm not saying that.
Even still, but here's his problem. If he does hit each and every one of them, like we said, it's between $1,000 and $1,200 a week. That's more than enough to cover some bills or cover some credit card bills or whatever the case may be, and yet he'll still cry broke. So yet again, how greedy is this guy, and how long does he expect this to keep going? He's literally bleeding these people at every angle possible. And he expects no negative repercussions to come out of it.
Expect anything like that from any of you guys. I'm really not. I just know that when you put it up there, it helps motivate people to contribute. And I really, really need the help right now because I'm very nervous about what's going to happen. If I can't pay anything in the next couple of weeks. All right, guys?
It's gross. It's for this. It's not because they love what they're doing. It's not because for the love of the game or because they're true gamers. It's for this. And this is what it's become. It's not about putting out a quality review. It's not about putting out a quality playthrough or quality stream. It's about making this.
So, there's a tips goal at the top of the screen. Please, if you guys contribute via tips today, it helps, obviously, to hit that goal. I hope that we can at least raise something today. Anything that you guys, contribute going right to my bank account to pay bills in the next 2 weeks. Fair enough? Alright, guys? Excuse me. 289 Hippo cheers said, I got called an asshole for bringing up a mute button. It's like you want to push people away from tipping you. Why not listen to people to make the stream experience better? Because I explained why. Because the thing you want me to mute is not something that happens all the time. It's not something that happens planned out where I can...
It doesn't matter, though, to some degree, because it does happen frequent enough that people are annoyed by it, and you can do something about it, and you won't. Just mute the damn mic. Or at least stop leaning into the goddamn mic when you do it. You won't do those things. And that's why it's a problem. And that's why people keep drawing attention to it. It's not like this is the first time. People have been drawing attention to it for a while, especially when it comes to snorting. But he just won't stop.
I feel like I'm going to burp all of a sudden. Let me reach over and hit that mute button while I burp. Oh, all of a sudden, I got a disgusting drip into my nasal cavity, and I need to quickly clear that out.
And keep in mind, listen to everything he's talking about here. Listen to all his little ailments, if you want to call it that. Do you really want to sponsor somebody like this? He can't even conduct business. He can't conduct himself properly, like a decent human being. What makes you think he's going to be able to do this in a business setting? What makes you think He won't shave to even come up on stream, or he won't at least make himself look presentable when he comes up on stream. He'll just let himself come up there any which way he feel like it. He looks and conducts himself in the stereotypical type of way that people look at gamers, as they're nothing more than slobs, no lives, basement dwellers, and that's far from it. That's far, obviously the stereotype is wrong, or it doesn't speak for everybody, but Phil isn't doing anything to stop that either. And more importantly, Phil's a grown-ass man. He's not a kid, you know? He's not even a young adult. He's a grown-ass man, and this is how he conducts himself. And he gets mad that people won't take him seriously.
With a quick snort, and then we can move on. Let me mute that, because I'm planning this out so that I can have these crazy reactions where I can mute it. Or how about this? You grow up, and you stop complaining about things that are 2 seconds out of a 6-hour stream, which is what I said yesterday. Yeah. When you sit here and you whine about something that's such a minute thing on a stream, you are a whiny asshole.
Oh, you're gonna get salt, 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 salt. It's even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
And I will say it again, you're a whiny asshole. I call things out as I see it. Oh no, if that means you're not gonna tip me because you're being a whiny asshole on my stream, then so be it. Sorry that I'm an honest guy, and this is what people like me for. People like me because I'm honest. Not because I'm some kind of a pushover who has to suck everyone's nuts constantly to get their approval or attention. The bottom line is, if you're being whiny, I'm going to call you out on it. So there.
Yeah, you just want to use sympathy. You just want to use sympathy and pity points. That's really what it should be called. Not penne points. It should be called pity points. But yeah, you want to use sympathy and how your life is so terrible and how all these people are out to get you. That's how you want people to contribute to you and to feel like they're part of a bigger thing because they're helping you fight this war against all these people who unjustly did these things to you, right? That's a better way of going about it, by playing the victim all the goddamn time for everything. From Street Fighter to his personal life, it's always somebody else's fault for his failures, never his. And he wants to talk about sucking people off for approval. But playing the damsel in distress worked out better for you? The pig walloping in the mud, choking and drowning in its own shit and feces, makes more sense to you?
No nut sucking for you, bro. Maybe you were expecting to get your nuts sucked on stream today. No nut sucking. I'm sorry. No nut sucking on my streams. It's not allowed.
Oh my god, what new nasty, disgusting shit do I have to do today or deal with today in order to make a buck? Der Duschen, or Duschhund, actually it's Deutsch, right? Der Deutschhund just tipped me $50 for me. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you. Really, thank you. If I could get down on my hands and knees and say thank you and still be on camera, I would do it. Okay? I seriously would do it. One final reminder before we jump into control. Tips I need really badly right now. I am completely strapped for cash. Any tips you lend me are going to go straight to paying bills until I get paid by Twitch in about 10 days. And, you know, I need to find a way to keep going for 10 days. So please consider tipping me if you can. Excuse me. Devour. Just being very honest and heads up, I am really badly off financially right now. Incredibly just out of money. Not even lying.
Here's the thing. As any of you guys may know, when Phil does he has his pre-stream, goes and takes a shit, well, looks at the comment section for like 5 minutes, then goes and takes a shit, then comes back, does another little segment that goes unrecorded before he starts the YouTube video, or as people call it, going into YouTube mode. And those have been happening more and more frequently. He's always done it, but they're becoming a little bit longer now, since you know, all these supposed financial issues. He's backing himself into a corner. He's backing himself into a corner. If it wasn't that big of a deal, it'd make it into the YouTube video, but it doesn't. So it's almost like if you're on stream, he expects you guys to support, But he doesn't want the YouTube audience to see it because he doesn't want it to be used against him. Wow.
I really need your support. So tonight, if you're going to be supportive, great. If you cheer, sub, or tip, I'm going to give you a shout out. That's a major part of the Blackout streams, is our interaction during the streams to get conversation going. But if you have the choice of how you can contribute, please tip me tonight. This is going to be ongoing for at least the next 10 days because it's taken at least 10 days for me to get paid by Twitch this month. I am completely out of money, and I need to pay at least 3 to 4 more bills before I get paid by Twitch. And some of these are pretty important things, all right? So any tips that you lend during the streams, I'm going to put straight towards bills. I promise you. Please consider it. If you can tip me, please do. It'll help me out a lot, okay? It's going to be all about the penne. It's all about the penne, baby. It's all about the penne, baby. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you.
Jesus Christ. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's clean up a little bit. Jesus, that was ugly. Okay, here we go. How are we going to do this?
Chopping it with Mittens, joking about his name is so fly. Mittens, cause he whipping, don't you get it, but that stove's hot, hot. Now let this be a lesson, professor, he handling it.
Alright, guys. Alright, so, thank you yet again to Snort Burnell. Very much appreciated. So, what do we take from all this? There's nothing really to take in. It's kind of just the same silly shit, to be honest. With the, as it pertains to the begging, and all the overdraft fees. It's amazing how someone could be overdrafted literally month in, month out like that for 4, 5, or 6 months in a row, and the bank not call them and be like, hey, you need to come in because we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because it's obvious that you need financial help. It's strange to think that they haven't done that. It's very strange, especially when he said that everything was going so well for himself the month previous, but now all of a sudden everything's bad. I mean, and don't be wrong, I acknowledge, as all of us do, that he has a shitload of debt. I'm just saying he's not as financially strapped as he makes himself sound. And the more greedy, and as his greed, let me reword that, as his greed grows and grows and grows, the stories start to fall apart. And if he can't keep the original story going, everything else is just going to fall apart at the wayside. I don't know how he ain't figured that out yet, but that's exactly what's going on. So make of that what you will. The emotes, he's stupid. He is stupid. Okay? It is public knowledge that Darkside Phil can't pay his taxes and asks his fans to do it. That he snorts all the time and he has gout. Monetize that shit. You said just a minute ago that you're overdrafted and you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time making all your bills. You need to monetize everything that you have that can be monetized. He did it before. Why is it such a problem now? Excuse me. Let's see here. Not doing reviews. I'm a streamer. We've already talked about the laziness that goes on in that. There's so much potential. Not really, but it's the potential to triple dip, and he won't do it. Debunking the whole hand holding through games. We all knew that was bullshit, so there was nothing to make out of that. Ladies and gentlemen, in the penne points, they're pity points. That's what they are. They are pity points. That's exactly what they are. They're nothing else. You sitting there and wanting to monetize one Detractor meme because you think you can get away with it and not doing something else is stupid. And eventually, he'll have no choice but to go ahead and take the knee, if you will, to the Gout and the tax emote. Especially around tax time when he's going to start begging for money, he might as well go ahead and let that fly. I'm just saying, it might give people more reason to go ahead and use it, and more importantly, pay the money to obtain it. Same thing with the Gout. He's just too sensitive. He wants everybody else to. He thinks other people are too sensitive when they give their opinion or when they joke about certain shit. But you make jokes about him, and he cries and complains and everything, and says it's not fair and life did him so wrong. You know what I mean? That was just like when he said that it's not fair that people kick him while he's down or punches down on him. How many people did he punch down on? How many people did he kick when they were at low points? How many people is he going to continue to kick when they're at low points? See what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. Silly son of a bitch. Hope you guys' days go well and whatnot. And I'll see you guys for the next broadcast, whenever that may be. Hopefully sooner than later. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DSP News. Always late, never breaking, unreliable coverage that you can't count on. A GTG Network and Productions for the Snort Report. I'm your host, /anchor GTG, and I'm signing off. Take care of yourselves, guys. And don't forget, SnortBucks coffee. Your coffee. My coffee. The coffee of the Detractors. That's that bold aroma. It gets you through. It gets you through. Take care of yourselves, guys. End the broadcast.
Don't stop, and it don't stop. Word, hey, chopping it with Mittens, joking about his name is so fly. Mittens, cause he whipping, don't you get it, but that stove's hot, hot. Now let this be a lesson, professing, he handling and hitting his possession. Ooh, what you cooking, scalding hot beats, was blow up before it's cooking. Ooh, I know you're looking true, I'm out attacking with this beat, I'm a lady man, I'm really trying to date it out. What's the number trying to call out, what about my team, wood, shout it, don't get low.